Don't watch me, watch Nolazine TV.
It's your boy Notorious Todd, man. You're now watching Nolazine TV.
Okay. So tell everybody where you from.
But I'm from Lafayette. I'm from this place called Celia Park. Call it the Zip Wall.
Okay. So like for the world, I don't know, like growing up in Lafayette, I want you to tell everybody, like how it was like, growing up in Lafayette.
Growing up in Lafayette was I would say at my time I'm gonna say it was kind of rough, man. There was a lot of drugs. There was a lot of neighborhood wars. So like I say, basically growing up in Lafayette, man, it was kind of like survival of the fittest. To be honest with you.
Okay. So like, as far as you growing up, like who influenced you as far as to like start making music?
To be honest with you, I always did like music, man. I liked it. As far as my influence, I'd say Scarface. I liked Scarface, Tupac. You know what I'm saying? The West Coast. Man, I really liked a lot of rappers, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. To really say influenced me, I would say Michael Jackson. I just loved it, the entertainment. I loved it to see, how you can make people just, gravitate to you and just, make people just pass out. I always did find that amazing.
I understand that. So tell us, how did you actually come up with your name?
Well, my name Notorious Todd. It comes from my neighborhood. Like I said, back in the days, my neighborhood was real notorious. And just instead of saying Todd, man, instead of saying the Celia Park Todd or something like that, just say Notorious Todd. So the Notorious is really from my hood, and that was, it was just a way to identify me, just to separate me from the rest of them.
Okay. So like, as far as you, so how long have you actually been doing music?
Music, shit, man, I've been dibbling dabbling with music probably since the first grade. Since the first grade.
So you want to tell everybody how old you was? And like what year it was when you was first grade?
The first grade. I'm a dinosaur now, so probably somewhere in the 80s, man. Somewhere in the 80s.
You probably doing something totally different in elementary than people doing now.
yeah, it was way different, man. At that time, that was the LL Cool J was coming out, and rap was that was at the time we had like the NWAs and all that.
That was then when the rap first started coming out.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
So you actually saw rap actually come to life.
Yeah, I actually seen the development. And I sit back and I be like, damn, man, I remember when, like when I was young, watching Self-Destruction and we all in the same game. And now it's today, it's like, damn, bro, I seen all that just pass my eyes.
It came a long way. You went from 8 tracks all the way to streaming.
Yeah. But the 8 tracks was over my head.
I'm messing with you.
The 8 tracks was over my head,
You had the tapes, you had to record.
Yeah, we had to
record yourself.
Yeah, tapes. Record yourself on the little jam box to hear how you sound.
Yeah. So like, just actually seeing all this, like, and actually seeing how the world was actually before the internet, like, and you've been making music since like, rapping since the first grade, like, how was it like back then versus now actually putting out music?
I felt like, my opinion, I felt like back then it was easier to me because I felt like you could just go get a little blank cassette, record yourself, listen to it, and now with the way the internet is and everything is streaming, it is easier, but it seems like it's harder because it's like you actually gotta get people to stream. And most people I know, a lot of people don't really be into streaming. Most people listen to it and they ain't with all the streaming. And even myself, I even think it affects the music, man, because like my era of music, like I come up like in the Tupac era, you know what I'm saying? The Scarface era. So, that music there, that's a little different from, the music we hear today with this new generation. It's a whole, there's a whole different mindset. Like some of these kids today don't even understand that kind of music.
Facts. So, do you have any projects coming out?
Yeah, I do. I got a couple of projects coming out. Like I said, I just did a movie in October, a little independent movie we did. I got my album coming out. I'm gonna call it FU. That's the name of it. I got some of my artists coming out. I got John Doe coming out. It should be coming around sometime October. And I also got artist Cash. It should be coming around probably in about September. And like I said, we just busy, man. We just kind of keep our foot in the ground and just kind of keep swinging the bat.
Okay. So far as shooting an independent movie, like tell everybody like what the process was for you, and just like what's the name of it, and just like how you got it, even going.
Okay, well, I released it in October. It's called Guilty of Innocence, and I basically based it upon, it was a true story, but what I did is I just kind of made it fit for TV. It kind of was a basic true story about somebody wound up getting accused of something they ain't do, and the process was real. I mean, it was fun. I knew it was something special, but it was it was also work, man. You got to be responsible of everybody. You got to make sure everything is on point. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about that movie that was so exciting is the person I had playing the movie was my homeboy Larry Brown. Rest in peace, Reese. The only thing bad about it is he not even here to be able to see the project. Like he wound up getting murdered. Well, actually, I got about like 3-4 people wound up getting murdered before they could actually see the project. So the process, I mean, like I said, when I was doing it, I knew it was something special, man. Like I could have just feel like I was too excited myself. I was like, man, I got to see how this gonna turn out. So, but that's basically it, man. It's fun. I mean, if you love it, bro, I promise you, it's worth the heartaches, the pain, and everything you go through.
Okay. So, like, far as being a music artist, tell us what separates you from other artists.
I think the thing that separates me from other artists is I'm a little organic, man. I'm not really, it's hard for me to try to adjust just to do things just for the money. Like a lot of these artists, they'll do stuff and say things just because it's a style or it's a fad that's going on. But basically with me, man, I'm kind of stubborn. I just say what it is on my mind. I keep it different. And like I say, with my music, I love my music. And when I do my music, I try to speak from the heart. Like with my music, I try to tell a story. So I think that's what separates me from a lot of rap, because like I say, a lot of rap I hear is cool, but I could tell that, some of the stuff is fantasized, some of the stuff is not reality. Like if I'm on a record and I'm rapping to you about, I'm gonna just say money, cars, or jewelry or anything, like you best believe that's me. And that's what it is. My rap, I just try to paint a real picture of who I really am. And that's all it really be, man.
All right. Okay. So like being in the music industry for like some years now, tell us what do you enjoy most about it, and tell us what you actually hate about it.
I enjoy, to be honest with you, I love it. So I enjoy the process of making a record, thinking of a record, putting a record together, doing shows, shooting videos. I love all that. If it was something I hate about it, the only thing I would say I hate about it is that I just hate the time it takes to bring the light towards your area. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm from Lafayette, and there's a lot of cats that's trying to get in the door, and a lot of cats that's trying to get in. So it's kind of like a big fight. It's like a dog fight to get to the top, just to kind of push the envelope and shine the real light on our city.
Okay. So being from Louisiana in a whole, like, do you feel like other music artists and producers actually support each other?
From Louisiana, you think of everybody from Nah, I don't believe so. I think other artists and other producers maybe in other areas, but I feel like when you're from Louisiana, I think Louisiana make people second guess. I think it's like we are high risk. A lot of people kind of afraid to deal with us because they feel to believe like if we put all this money behind you, we're not sure what you're gonna do. We're not sure if you're gonna go to jail. We're not sure if you're gonna go, you know what I'm saying, get in trouble. So yeah, a lot of artists, it's kind of like we got a chip on our shoulder, man. Like we trying to get in the door, but we steadily showing people that, hey man, we for real. Like y'all really need to come here. It's kind of like we the underdogs, if that makes sense.
Yeah, we kind of been like, I tell people all the time, like basically just in Louisiana in a whole, like anyone far as rapper, like the only way you really make it out of Louisiana, you gotta come with a power movement, like the whole record label, where everybody go be playing these points, like from the No Limit, the Trill, to Cash Money, they all had a movement. Like it's very kind of hard for it's kind of very hard for like just one artist. Like unless you got your real, income coming and you actually moving around through these like chicken circuits.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's basically like I say, we don't have no record labels or no offices we could walk into and just be like, hey, look, check my music out of that. So yeah, I agree with you. It makes it a little difficult.
But the crazy part is even if you live in Atlanta, like you still can't just walk into record labels and get that done.
Right.
You got to make a buzz around the city so they can be reaching out to you. Now, actually, what makes Atlanta easier now, if you're from Atlanta, because they only gonna really push artists mainly from there first. Like they have a system, and also like these A&R and stuff going to these strip clubs because they already live there.
Right.
Like, and that's kind of what helps Atlanta. But like, I have a theory: if Cash Money and No Limit would have actually moved out of Louisiana, if a lot of record labels would have actually moved here because they was the hottest at that time. But if both in their peaks, they actually moved.
Right.
And so it kind of actually ruined like Louisiana for a while.
And another thing too, I think is all demographics, and I think it's cultural. So coming to Louisiana, when you think about it, we have what we have in Louisiana, but I feel like if people wanna, really, really invest, I just don't see them coming to Louisiana just to, stay and invest. I figure like, I guess Louisiana is kind of like I say, it's kind of like we some underdogs. So they'll listen to our music, and most likely that's what they want us to do. Come out their way. They feel to believe that in other areas, in other metropolitan areas, they got big opportunities. And I guess they're looking at it as far as expanding their money. They're looking at it like, man, we could put you in bigger stuff. You know what I'm saying? There's more things we could do. So I guess like with being in Louisiana, like I said, we're at the bottom of the map, man.
We're at the bottom of the map, but at the same time, man, I know like the difference. Like basically, they could create something. Like basically, they have enough room to put people everywhere. Like basically, if they had like 30 popping rappers in Louisiana and they actually stayed in Louisiana, these labels are moving because they have to be. Because these labels have to be like close to their like investments.
Well, yeah, but
like before, like probably 2005, they had all the record labels in Atlanta. That was mainly R&B shit, like Babyface and L.A. Reid. Like you have to create that. Like all the record labels was really like in L.A. and New York. Like you just gotta create that system. Even when like Texas go like really mainstream, the labels gonna actually move there too. You just gotta create it.
And I think it starts with us though.
We move.
Right.
Like anybody, name a Louisiana artist that actually got popular who actually didn't move.
Right.
So it's like there's no reason to be in Louisiana.
Right. And I think and like I said, and I think it starts with us, man. We gotta all click on 4 cylinders, man. If we want to really, bring anything to Louisiana, we got to actually know that, man, we got to represent our culture, bro. We can't make ourselves like an area that's just, like, don't get me wrong, I love other music, but we got to stand behind our music. We got to support our music and understand that music that's playing, that represents us as a whole, that's our whole culture. We got to support our artists, you know what I'm saying? We got to show us more love. It don't look good when an artist from a certain area getting more playtime and more recognition in other cities than in their own town. I think that got a lot to do with it. You gotta raise the roof with your own, and that's what it is, man. I think that's what it is. We struggle with that a lot. I say that in the interview already. We got to learn how to just raise the roof of our own and go all out and willing to die for, hey, look, this our artist, this represents us, this our culture. We got to bring that to the world because believe it or not, y'all still ain't seen a whole lot of culture from Louisiana. It's a whole lot that people don't see.
Got different cultures.
Different cultures, man.
And it's going to take for like certain artists in certain areas to actually get on, to actually show it.
Right.
I definitely get that. So, like, where do you see your music? Well, where do you see your music career going? Like 3 years from now.
I think with the way things going, I see 3 years. 3 years from now, we'll be in 2024. I say in 3 years from now, I believe that we should be scratching the surface, and we should achieve, I would say, at least about 80% of everything we want. But like I said, we ain't here to stop. I mean, it don't matter how long it takes. We here, man. We ain't got slowing down no time soon in our brain. We don't. You know how they say when you come to the end of the light at the tunnel, we don't see no light. We just running it, man. We here. We ain't going nowhere.
All right. So, like, far as like your music career, did you feel like you ever have to move out of Louisiana? Once your music career reach a certain milestone?
It's funny you asked me that because I was on the phone having that same conversation about a week ago. It's crazy to say that, but yeah, I do. I feel like if I want to elevate to the next level, that's what I have to do. I feel like right here it's kind of like I'm gonna say, you know, all the other cities is like the bread, but right here is the meat. You know what I'm saying? And this is where you get all your roots and you get all, you know, you get all your vibes and you get everything from. But I do feel like I'd actually have to be in another city because when you're in another city, people embrace you so much better. They embrace you so much more than in your own, like, you know, out here, you know what I'm saying? Like,
well, that's why I always tell artists, like, man, but just don't depend on your area or your state. Like, you have to move around if you take this serious, unless you do it for fun. Like the first thing I told you before we did the interview. Like, you know, some people doing this for fun and they not really taking, like, you gotta move as a business.
Right. And that, like I say, man, I'm thinking about, like I said, you know, you just get a couple of houses in a few areas to where, you know, you always around something going on. You know, you always want to be around where you can see your money make. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, they got, you know, Atlanta's the Mecca of the South. Man, you need to be in Atlanta, man. Atlanta always got something going on. I mean, we need to be in New York on the East Coast. We need to be in Cali. You know what I'm saying? So
you need to be where it's at.
You need to be where it's at because that's the only way you're going to make your money. You got to make your money move. You got to, you know, it's kind of like hustling, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to go where the money moving at. And I think it varies. I think at certain points, at certain areas that's making, you know, that's doing what they got to do to get you to that next level. And I feel like once you reach your peak, I think it really don't really matter where you at, but you got to do what you got to do to get to your peak.
Okay. So, like, tell us, what's next for you? Do you plan on like starting your own label, signing artists, working with more artists, dropping merch, you know?
Well, I actually do have my own label. It's Above Average Entertainment. I plan on dropping a few more artists, but at the present time, man, I just want to it's just so much we got to do. It's just so much expectations we have. I plan on doing another movie. Like I said, we just in there, man. We just in there getting it, man. We got another movie coming out. We got I got 2 artists each dropping 2 albums, and we're also going to do another group album, The Committee. And basically, we just getting it how we live, man. We just getting it out the mud, bro. We just playing it how it go.
Okay. And also, but last but not least, tell everybody, what can they find you at on social media and just other music platforms?
Man, if you want to find me on Instagram, it's Above Average _ Notorious _ Todd. Notorious Todd on Twitter. And even on Facebook, I'm Todd Miles, Notorious Todd, whoever. I got about 3-4 of them, it's all me. And like I said, I'll be online often. I'm always online posting stuff. So like I said, as far as my music, y'all can find me on all digital platforms. Every platform you could think about. And also don't forget to check out my movie, Guilty of Innocence. That's on all movie platforms as well. And like I said, 2021, we making a move.
All right, we done.
Nolazine, make them scream. Nolazine. Make them SCREAM. Scream. Nolazine, make them scream. You heard me.